Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
It's Brother Kasha Baller.
Karatazah.
First and foremost, I'm going to give all glory, honor, and praise to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash.
throw honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well. Peace of salutation to the 1144 first fruit. All right, as you can see from the title of the lesson, this is a no excuse ministry, meaning there shouldn't be any hiccups or interruptions when it comes to putting Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai first and putting His truth first. We always hear it, you center your life around the truth, not the truth around your life. All right, so with further being said, we can actually get the etymology of the word excuse because we were speaking in the spirit just briefly about the word excuse and has some good things in there. You got it, bro.
This is the etymology of the word excuse from the Elamite line is mid 13th century, and it says attempt to clear someone from blame. It says find excuses for, or apologize or make excuses. It says pardon or exonerate. Also it says release from a charge or decline, refuse, or excuse the refusal of.
Right. Oh, so
you got it. So, like how the officer mentioned how we were speaking, prior to the camera being put on, we are all prisoners, of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. We're prisoners of hope, So you can't have that, when you make an excuse, you're trying to wrongfully pardon yourself, man, okay, from doing the work that the Lord commanded us to do, man, okay? So that's why the Spirit, was on us, to name this lesson, this is a no excuse ministry, man.
You guys right. And coming, the saying, a good excuse is still an excuse. It doesn't matter, okay? And we're primarily, coming in the spirit of if you catch yourself trying to make an excuse why you don't go to class or don't go to camp, or now we understand, bros got work, things of that nature that it just hinders them. We're in Babylon, we're in chains of darkness, all of that, But then also you got to look at the trailblazers in this, the apostles and elders, starting from apostle to hard on down, and what they did, okay? They toiled day in and day out, night in and night out, to get to the point where they are now to feed us. What if they made an excuse back in 2000?
Right.
Oh man, I thought this was going to be the end. Whatever excuse. What if they made that excuse? I'm not here to play the what if game, but they didn't. They didn't make no excuse. They kept toiling and working, and they still doing it to this day. It's the same thing we do. I know the scriptures say, I forgot where it is. I want to say it's in the book of Sirach. If a brother know what I'm talking about, if you know what I'm talking about, y'all can find it, either post it on the chat. But it pretty much talks about, loosely paraphrasing, justifying yourself. And making an excuse is almost like justifying yourself. You may be caught in the wrong, but you're like, well, technically, I was doing, that's an excuse. If you're trying to justify your actions, then you're wrong. All right? There's no reason for you not to be doing at least 3 videos a week, even though the decree came down to be in the spirit to do 1 video a day. 10 minutes, You can go ahead and get your precept.
I had a precept for that prisoner in Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called. And when you go into that word vocation, it basically means you're called. But Paul was stating here that he's a prisoner of the Lord. You see? So if you're a prisoner, you owe someone, man. You're in debt. How are we, in debt with the blood of Yahweh Shai, man? So with the sprinkling of His blood upon, the elect, we owe. So now we have to do the work. The scriptures say what that we're supposed to be doing the work daily, man. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, so this is it's no excuses, man. Okay, the scripture also says what be instant in season and out of season, man. Okay,
That's right. You know, we like his brother was saying, daily. All right, this is something that it should be on your mind, on your mental all the time, like it speaks about in what Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 39:1, Psalm 1:1.
yeah.
You know, all these scriptures that tell you to meditate. Matthew 6, or I think Matthew 6, where it tells you to go into your closet, all right, which is your mind, and meditate on these things. Have a conversation with the Lord. There's no excuse for you not to be putting your hand to the plow. You know, you can go ahead and go ahead and jump to that. Luke, start at verse 15.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 14, and verse 15. It says, "And when one of them that sat at meat with him heard these things, he said unto him, Blessed is he that shall eat bread in the kingdom of the Most High. Then said he unto him, A certain man made a great supper and bade many, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, Come, for all things are now ready."
Get Proverbs 6. You know, because it says a certain man made a great supper and bade many. You know, already extended the invitation to many. That goes to the script for many are called, but few were chosen. All right, everybody gets an opportunity, okay? But are those individuals going to take the opportunity? Not a lot are, okay? And if you're in this ministry, in a no excuse ministry, you have had the opportunity, which the word opportunity means a chance for advancement, to move forward in this. All right? You got a chance. Because the Lord could have chose somebody else. And if you're proving to the Lord that, hey, you're a slouch or you're a sluggard, well, he's going to give the other person a chance in and make a situation for you to get out because you didn't take advantage or you didn't hop on that, you know, that opportunity.
Yeah.
Because you want to make excuses of why you couldn't do this or you couldn't do that. It's like football, right? Matter of fact, today, all right, not to get off topic.
Oh yeah.
Cam Newton got cut because he didn't want to take the jab. All right, which hey, you know, brother, more power to you. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. I agree. You know, but in the sense of what I'm trying to put it as, you know, you got Bill Belichick, you know, who's a championship coach. You think he's gonna listen to Cam Newton's alibis, or you could say excuses of why he doesn't want to get it and why he's I don't care. Because the backup quarterback, I want to say, Matt Jones, he got it.
Yeah.
What's your excuse? Everybody else on the team got it. You know, so I'm gonna go with him. Get rid of you. It's the same thing in the spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to do your lessons, or you don't want to show up to camp.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get someone else fervent in spirit to replace you. I'm gonna make a situation for you to go ahead and, you know, exit out of this.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna make an excuse of why you can't do this or that.
Yeah, the scriptures say that he can raise up stones, man.
Right.
You know, so you never, you know, you're never supposed to be in this thing always thinking, you know, or even thinking that you can't be replaced, man. Okay? The Lord, and the scriptures speak about the Lord spewing you out of his mouth, man. Okay?
So you got
what you want to have?
Proverbs 6, start at like verse 4.
Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 4. It says, Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids.
Yeah, see, give not, the scriptures say, what, Micah 2:10, that this is not our rest. We should be constantly toiling, working, putting in works, doing something in the spirit. Regardless if it may not be on wax, meaning you're recording. You should be doing a fast, praying, fellowship, reading. You know, that's a part of the work too.
Yeah.
You know, hey, on your day-to-day basis, there may be someone who come up to you. You gotta tell them a little something. That's a part of the work too.
That's still spreading the word. You know, if you and that all leads, you know, to, you know, being in camp, being at camp, being diligent at camp, not just standing there with your hands in your pocket, doing your lessons. Because if you fellowshipping, if you reading, if you fasting, the Lord will give you, topics to go into doing your lessons, man. Okay?
That's it. You gotta go.
But continue, I reread that Proverbs 6:4. Give not sleep to thine eyelids, nor slumber. Slocky, give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler.
Right. So another, like I said, this is not a rest, but also another understanding of that is be vigilant and circumspect.
Yeah.
All right. Whenever you see a deer, okay, usually they see you first.
Yeah.
All right. And they're alert and they're aware. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise.
Right. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, and consider her ways and be wise. And does an ant make an excuse why they can't bring food back to the colony?
Right.
Hell no.
Not at all.
What? Oh, if they come back, Queen Ant, I ran into a wasp and had to fight them off. Blah, blah, blah. No, they get it done. They probably eat the wasp and brought the wasp later on. Damn it. You know. So an excuse is something that's just a blockade. Keep going.
God, verse 7, it says, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard, when wilt thou arise out of thy sleep?
That's right. You can drop it. You can go back to it.
Go back to that Luke. This is the book of Luke, chapter 14. In verse 15, 17. So it says, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready. And they all with one consent began to make excuse. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must needs to go and see it. I pray thee have me excused. God. So, the first, said he had a piece of land, he made an excuse to go tend to the land. Hey, even, that's a spirit because I was, meditating earlier, when I was at work. It's never, you can always, like, when it comes to the truth, this is like your first priority, So if something pops up, to where you can tend to it later and it still be fine, you should tend to whatever the truth or whatever the Spirit of the Lord, is calling you first, man. Okay? You can always, if something not, if nothing would be out of place or, like if you got a date, with a little chick or with your rib, but the Spirit been tugging on you to do that lesson, man. Okay? At that date, 30 minutes like the restaurant still gonna be open. Right? But it says, verse 19, and another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray thee have me excused. And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. That goes to what the first edges.
First edges.
Yeah, God.
I was just thinking about it too.
That's the spirit.
Was it the lion, the king, and the woman?
Mm-hmm.
Right. What's the strongest of them all?
Yeah.
Let's see. It's
I'll reread that verse again. It says, Luke chapter 14 and verse 20. It says, and another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. You see? So you can't let your rib, get intervened, with what you're doing, man. Okay? You gotta even understand the order of things, man. Hey, it's Yahweh Shai, the man, then the woman, man. So you can't let your woman we we married now, you can't go here and there. You know, you're like, nah, man. You know, I'm the leader. Okay.
Hey, man, the woman is a stronghold. Mm-hmm. Jake too, man.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get this in First Ezra chapter 4, starting at verse 13. I'm gonna read most of it too.
Nah.
It says, "Then the third, who had spoken of a woman and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women?" It says, "Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them they came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the vine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men. Without women cannot men weep." Verse 18. "Yeah, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty?"
Yeah.
Verse 19, it says, "And let all those things go. Do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes or fast on her?" Right. That like infatuated, like
jaw
dropping. Yeah. You know, it's shit. Someone would be like that.
Yeah.
Be fine in mud, but that ain't no excuse.
Yeah.
See, it says, "They have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever." Verse 20, "A man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country, and cleave unto his wife." That goes back to Genesis.
Yeah.
You know, a man will leave his father and mother and cleave to his woman, they become one.
Yeah.
Verse 21, it says, "He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. By this also you must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman?" Right.
Yeah.
Jake would work his ass off on a 9 to 5, getting paid $9 an hour, and give the whole check to a woman who probably in the background being promiscuous behind his back.
Yeah.
You see, and he'll love her to the end of time on some Justin Timberlake shit.
Yeah.
Okay, and next you know, he get fucked over.
Yeah.
You know, that's how most men learn that how women ain't shit. You know,
by getting fucked over.
Yeah. Some learn the hard way. Some just just learn regular. You know, whatever. You know, but a woman, that's one of the main excuses. That's why this Yahushua spoke of that, because that's one of the main excuses Jake got. Oh, my girl.
Yeah, I gotta see what my old lady say first.
Right. Whenever you see at camp, whenever you see a Jake come up with his rib, who pulling him away?
Yep, every single time. Yep.
This is women are a stronghold, man. You can't make that woman an excuse.
Yeah. All
right, like the brother was saying, hey, I gotta attend to my business, because if there's one thing I read, there women and men have their respective tasks as, of course, each opposite sex. They have what they do. Certain things a woman does, a man can't / won't do. Certain things a man does, a woman can't do. I'm not gonna say / won't. They just can't do what men do, straight up.
Right.
Because I'm gonna keep it a buck. If a man is single, he can do everything a woman would do. Say you're single, you have your own place. You can wash the dishes, you can cook, you can clean, you can do laundry, you can do all that. A woman is just a help.
Yeah.
When a woman's by herself, you can protect yourself.
Yeah.
When a woman is by herself, she can do all that stuff. But usually when you see them, they dirty, man. Yeah. Straight up. Got clothes everywhere.
Yeah.
Lipstick, shit, all over.
Kid toys all on the floor.
Right. Can't keep their house in order.
Yeah.
And we just saw one of them Instagram models. Someone run up in their house, they can't protect themselves.
Yeah.
You see? So it says, going on, it says, verse 22, "But this also you must know that women have dominion over you.
The scriptures say in the book of Isaiah that a woman shall surpass a man. You know, so these women be having rule, especially over Jake. You know, especially over Israelite men. You know, they basically men following these women, sniffing up their ass, man. You know, that's why the Lord called the prophets to show the world what a real man's supposed to be like, man. A prophet of the Lord is not out here chasing women, man. Okay? Do brothers have families and wives and kids? Of course. But if you know that woman, you know, that real start intervening with this work, you know, then hey, that she gonna get in line or she gonna get put to the side, man.
Finish it off. It says, verse 23, yeah, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sell upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the darkness. And when he hath stolen spoil.
That skip always make me laugh because it's like, man, go above and beyond for a woman, especially in these times, but women don't do half of that for a man. You know, that's another reason why how you know that the man is more dominant. You know, because women don't go to the full extinct for that man, but on the other end, men do because men really care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's another characteristic of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right. Now, I was saying the other day, I think I said it at camp, the only creature on this earth that doesn't get shown unconditional love is men.
Mm-hmm.
Women don't, well, maybe from his dog.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you see homeless men out here and a dog right there. Like, he don't care what materialistic, he just so loyal to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the only true love you're going to get on the plane if you got a dog.
Yeah.
You know, your kids ain't going to unconditionally love you. Your wife ain't going to unconditionally love you.
Yeah.
Nothing on this earth is has unconditional love for a man, but that's going to change when the kingdom comes.
That's right.
You know, I'm going to finish it off and we can go back to the movie. It says, and rob, and he bringeth it to his love. I'll just stop right there.
Time.
You know? But you see, just mention that women, man. Mm-hmm. You got it, bro.
Back in Luke chapter 14, in verse, I reread verse 20, it says, and another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. So that servant came and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor, and the maimed, and the halt, and the blind. And the servant said, Lord, is it done as thou hast commanded? It is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room.
Right. So he said, bring in the maimed, the poor, the blind. All of these are individuals who are usually humble.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the ones who make excuses, that's a level of pride, straight up, because you're what is it? Scared to face the music, or look that man in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
You're wrong. Hey, bro, how come you ain't done a lesson in a week?
Yeah.
Oh well, why is an excuse the first thing that came out of your mouth?
Yeah.
Really, to be honest, if the Lord forbid, the Lord takes your spirit off of me, and I don't want to do the work or something, and a brother comes and say, what you doing, man? You really shouldn't have anything to say.
Yeah. You don't have nothing to say.
I'm just wrong.
Yeah.
That should be your answer with anything. If you're just in the wrong, that's the humble route. Therefore, you understand you got to get your stuff together. But the ones who make an excuse, that's pride.
That's pride.
You got a level of pride. I don't care if it's a little bit or a lot. A little, an ounce, what? Just 11?
A little 11, a whole, what is it, lump?
Yep. So just a little bit of that makes the bread rise.
Yeah.
Okay. So a little bit of pride in turn makes your head big, to where you think it's okay to make an excuse of why you didn't do this or didn't do that for Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
You see, reread verse 21.
Time. Luke 14:21. So that servant came and showed his Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, Go.
Right. So it says the master of the house being angry. Mm-hmm. So the Lord absolutely cannot stand an excuse. Mm-hmm. I can't stand it. Because at the end of the day, an excuse is just bullshit.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in a pretty box and handed to somebody.
Yeah.
And it's just bullshit. You know? And us, us men, we can definitely, discern the difference between an excuse and an actual, hey, he has something actually going on.
Yeah.
We're not sitting here saying that we don't show mercy or no, actually there's some things that fully prevent people to do things.
Yeah.
Fuck, there ain't shit you can do about that. Shoot. Just random thought. A brother could have his rib goes into labor the day of camp or something.
Right.
Bro, I get it.
Or when his brother here, towards ACL, he couldn't make it out of camp, for maybe 1 or 2 or 3 weeks.
Iraq. Perfect example too. Hey, the officer of Iraq in our camp, he did that. But he came out to camp on crutches too.
Yeah.
Because he saw it in his mind that it ain't no excuse. Okay, I tore my leg, but now I'm on crutches. I got it wrapped up. I feel a little better. I'm gonna crutch my way out to camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. The scripture. You keep reading verse 21.
God. It says, then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, Go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor, and the maimed, and the halt, and the blind.
See, it says in the name. That brother came with crutches.
Yeah.
There's plenty of brothers.
Salaki, bro. Ahead, bro. I believe that was the time, that one of the ex brothers in here, was in the camp, but he got, kicked out, man.
Right.
And the Lord just replaced him, man.
That's right.
And
what's crazy about all of that? That brother was hurt. Mm-hmm. Them top brothers, them brothers, dudes, who got, X'd out, didn't even communicate with the bro to see if he was all right.
Exactly. And they was there when that incident happened. Mm-hmm.
They was there when the incident happened. I remember. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say it, man.
Yeah.
The brother in Rock, he had hurt himself. I remember I helped him to the car, all of that. I know some brothers hit him up.
Yeah.
But them heads of the camp, them top quote unquote dudes, didn't even say a word to this man. Didn't even check up on him.
Right.
Didn't call him. Didn't show up to his crib. Nothing.
Yeah.
Those are the book. If you confront them about it, they'll make an excuse on why they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Some bullshit. That's why the Lord is angry with what verses 17 through 20 is saying. Mm-hmm. Oh, I had to get married or I bought some land.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Because you got bros out here who got a hell of a lot of things going on. Mm-hmm. Still out there.
Yeah, still out there pushing, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got it, bro. That's why you wanted the maimed, the poor, the halted, and the blind. Those are humble individuals who ain't got nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. And those individuals will see the opportunity that Yahweh Shai is giving them, which the opportunity is a chance to live.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm fucked up.
Healed.
Bro, this I'm all in.
Yeah.
Because I know this can be something for me. Mm-hmm. And whatever you need me to do, it's humble. You got it, bro.
Yeah. And it says, verse 22, and the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. You see? So this is the scripture that we use to show you that the Lord commanded us to go out to the highways and byways, man, and compel. It says compel them to come in, that his house may be filled. That's the sealing of the elect, man. That's why we always mention, get all you computer Israelites, man, get up off your ass, man. Come out to the highways and byways, man. and do the work, man. This is no excuse ministry, man. If you seeing brothers on the highways and byways, your ass need to be on the highways and byways, man. You know, teaching the word. But it says, verse 24, for I say unto you that none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper. So you ain't gonna receive that reward, man. Reward. Okay? You know it. Because the truth is out there, man. You know. So if you ain't doing what the Lord commanded you to do, and you still expecting that same penny, you know, as a brother that's out there making that his body a living sacrifice, as Romans 12 chapter tells us, and you ain't getting that reward, man. Well, your reward would be death, man. You know. But it says, that was it on that.
You want to read that Revelation?
Yeah, I can. It's matter of fact, I'll read this one. In Romans chapter 12, in verse I'll start at 10. It says, "Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor before one another." This is the point in 11. It says, "Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord." You see? So we're not supposed to be slothful in this business, man. Because this is an occupation. This is a job. Okay? Even though we're not getting paid Esau's money, and we're getting paid something way, way, way worth more, man. Okay? So you shouldn't be slothful in this business, man. You know? Coming, to certain like class, you shouldn't be coming unprepared to class. You know, you ain't got no pencil, you ain't got no script, no paper. You know, just being lukewarm, man.
Not even showing up.
Or not even showing up, man. You know, it says, reread this again, Romans 12 and 11. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. You see, we're supposed to be serving the Lord, man. And you can't serve the Lord making excuses. You know? You got something? I mean, those one of off in the Revelation. This is Revelation chapter 3 in verse 15. It says, "I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth." You know, so we supposed to be hot in this thing. Our spirit, like the bishop here, Ratazah Tazamam, the bishops here in Atlanta, they always mention to us, bros, we always should strive for that to have that entry level fire within us, man. Right. Like when we first came into the truth, man, we're supposed to be, man, what bro's doing? What I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's a balance because you have to handle, your carnal duties, such as, going like the brother May mentioned, going to your job, and your brother got families, and taking care of your bills and responsibilities. But at the same time, and we always should have that fire level entry, man. Our apostles and elders do videos daily, man. So what more for us?
That's it. That's it. And also that word lukewarm, when you go into it, I think on the etymology, it has the word weaken. So if you're a lukewarm individual, you're just a weak individual. That's simple. It's a word whether you be hot or cold. All right? You can be like one of these people out in the world, or be like one in the ministry and don't make no excuses and just get the work done. The Lord is looking for individuals who are going to tell. What does it say in the scripts, in the Gospels? I want to say, like, just loosely paraphrasing, for the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few.
Many are called, few are chosen.
Many are called, few are chosen. There's a lot of work to do with minimal manpower. So with that minimal manpower, it shouldn't be no slouches making some type of excuse of why they can't put in work or be a laborer. All right? Like the title of this lesson, This is a no excuse ministry. Ministry, or to minister, means a servant. The servant does what his master says, like clockwork.
Yeah.
You know, a real good servant already knows what his master wants before he even says it.
Yeah.
And real talking, that's us. We already know. He said it to us once. We know the game plan. We put our first foot forward and do our best to get it done and get better as we do it. You know. So, do you have any closing remarks? God, so Lord willing, this was edifying. We'll give all glory, honor, and praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kamadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of the millstone, the room, the teacher of peace or salutation to the 1144 first fruit. Brother Kashkwala. Until the next time, we will say shalom.
Shalom.